What do you think of snakes? For me, not a problem. I quite like them. That is, as long as they're behind thick glass. So being told I was going to a tiny speck of land off Brazil, inhabited by thousands of the most venomous vipers in the world, had me a little freaked out.
There are places on Earth so remote, so dangerous, or so mysterious that no one can step foot there. From the deep, dark corners of the ocean to ancient, cursed islands. These locations are not for the faint of heart.
The year is 1959, when 9 Soviet university students embark on a hiking excursion into the frozen wilderness of Siberia and never return.
Even the most experienced explorers hesitate to venture into these terrifying spots. What lurks in these places is unknown, but their reputations and inaccessibility make them some of the scariest and most unsettling places on the planet. 1. Snake Island. Just off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, one of the most terrifying places on Earth. Unlike tropical islands teeming with lush vegetation and human activity, this isolated landmass is overrun with snakes, thousands of them. About 93 miles from downtown São Paulo, it is so dangerous that even experienced researchers need special permits to approach, and most are flat out banned from setting foot there. The island's primary inhabitants are golden lancehead vipers, a species so venomous that a single bite can cause tissue necrosis, severe enough to melt flesh within minutes. These snakes are not rare sights either. Studies estimate that the density of snakes on the island is roughly 5 per square meter. In other words, it's nearly impossible to take a single step without risking a lethal bite. What makes Snake Island even creepier is the mystery surrounding its snake infestation. No one knows exactly how or when these vipers came to dominate the area. Some theories suggest that rising sea levels isolated the island, cutting off predators and allowing the snakes to thrive. Others believe ancient maritime trade inadvertently introduced them. Unfortunately, the danger posed by these reptiles makes it nearly impossible to study the island thoroughly. Only the bravest researchers are able to get there and come back in one piece. But that too, barely. Want to learn about other insanely terrifying places like these? Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We've got a lot more where that came from. 2. Point Pleasant. Nestled in West Virginia, the small town of Point Pleasant gained notoriety for its connection to the infamous Mothman. If you thought Riverdale invented the Mothmen, think again. The series borrowed the concept from the chilling tales rooted in this real-life town. Between 1966 and 1967, residents of Point Pleasant reported sightings of a bizarre creature that would haunt their dreams. This being was described as a towering, 7-foot-tall humanoid, with massive 10-foot wings resembling a moth and hypnotic glowing red eyes. Witnesses claimed its mere presence induced an overwhelming sense of dread, as if they were staring at something unnatural. Theories about the Mothman's origins are as strange as the creature itself. Some think it was a human-alien hybrid engineered to wreak havoc, while others think it was an omen of disaster. These fears seemed to be validated in December 1967 when the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to neighboring areas, collapsed, tragically taking the lives of 46 people. Shortly after this catastrophe, Mothman sightings ceased, but Point Pleasant's reputation as a hub for the unexplainable persisted. Even today, strange occurrences in the area fuel speculation that aliens may be frequent visitors, or even long-term residents. Whether the Mothman was a warning of the bridge collapse, a harbinger of death, or something even more sinister, Point Pleasant remains one of the most mysterious and unsettling locations in America, one that you could explore but won't find anything to help uncover the real truth. 3. Area 51. For people who love a conspiracy, Area 51 is the literal crown jewel of mysterious locations. Officially a top-secret military base in Nevada, the facility is shrouded in secrecy and surrounded by an expansive, dry desert. Despite being part of public consciousness for decades, what goes on within its heavily guarded borders remains one of the U.S. government's most closely held secrets. Theories about Area 51 are as numerous as they are bizarre. Some believe it's a hub for extraterrestrial activity, housing captured aliens and reverse-engineered alien technology. Stories of UFO sightings near the area have led to the theories that Area 51 is where the government hides evidence of extraterrestrial life get that much stronger. Others suggest that the base is dedicated to advanced military experiments, including cutting-edge weapons or aircraft. A darker theory suggests that Area 51 might even be used for unethical human experimentation. The facility's secrecy only makes this place more and more interesting. Strict no trespassing laws, armed guards, and surveillance make it nearly impossible for civilians to approach, let alone investigate. Even its existence wasn't publicly acknowledged until 2013, when the CIA declassified documents referencing the site. What's happening behind those secured gates might forever remain a mystery. Even though plenty of people have come out to bring us closer to the truth, the world just doesn't seem to want it. Or maybe we're simply not ready for it yet. 4. Dyatlov Pass. Hidden in the icy mountains of Siberia, Dyatlov Pass is a place steeped in mystery and unease. Found in the Ural Mountains, the pass is surrounded by rugged terrain, snow-covered slopes, and bone-chilling temperatures. In 1959, this remote area became infamous after a hiking expedition ended in unexplained tragedy. Rescuers discovered the group's abandoned campsite, and the details were unsettling. The hikers' tents were slashed open from the inside, their belongings left behind as if they had fled in a hurry. Bodies were scattered in various locations, many wearing only underwear and no shoes, despite the harsh winter conditions. Some showed signs of severe trauma, like crushed ribs and skull fractures, while one had missing eyes and a tongue. Yet, there were no signs of an avalanche, animal attacks, or any other obvious explanation for their injuries. Adding to the mystery, some of the hikers' clothing showed unusual levels of radiation. Witnesses reported seeing strange orange lights in the sky around the time of their disappearance, sparking theories about military experiments, UFOs, or even supernatural forces. Despite numerous investigations, no definitive answer has ever been found. 5. Death Road. The Death Road, North Yungas Road in Bolivia, has become infamous for its deadly and dangerous conditions. This treacherous route connects La Paz to the Amazon rainforest, winding through the rugged terrain of the Andes Mountains. What makes the road so scary are the sheer cliffs, narrow lanes, and frequent fog that make driving an incredibly risky endeavor. For decades, it was notorious for its high death toll, with hundreds of people losing their lives annually in car accidents, crashes, and landslides. The road was built in the 1930s and, over the years, became one of the most dangerous roads in the world, with some stretches offering a mere few inches of space between vehicles and steep drops of over 2,000 feet. The absence of guardrails only increased the danger, especially when large trucks and buses were forced to navigate its precarious curves. In 2007, a new, safer road was built to divert traffic away from North Yunnan, significantly reducing the number of accidents. Despite the shift, the old road has been repurposed as a nature reserve and cycling path, attracting adventurous cyclists eager to tackle its deadly reputation. Marked by crosses along the route, the road is terrifying, whether it's the middle of the day or midnight. Even though it is no longer a major thoroughfare, the legacy of the Death Road lives on, holding a place in history as one of the most dangerous paths ever traveled. 6. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania is a ghost town with a haunting legacy. Once a busy mining community, the town became infamous when an underground coal fire ignited in 1962. The fire, believed to have started in a landfill near an abandoned mine, quickly spread through the labyrinth of coal seams beneath the town. Over 60 years later, the fire still burns, releasing toxic gases and causing the ground to cave in, creating dangerous sinkholes. The fire's impact on Centralia was devastating. Streets cracked open, homes became uninhabitable, and the air grew hazardous. By the 1980s, most residents had been evacuated, and the government claimed the remaining properties through eminent domain. Despite this, a small number of stubborn residents refused to leave, holding on to their homes even as the town's population went from over 1,000 down to fewer than a dozen. Today, Centralia is a desolate city with only a handful of buildings standing and the once busy streets now overgrown with weeds. Smoke and steam occasionally seep from the ground, serving as a stark reminder of the fire beneath. The town has become a destination for curious tourists drawn to its apocalyptic atmosphere. One of its most famous landmarks, the Graffiti Highway, a colorful stretch of abandoned road, was recently covered with dirt to deter visitors. Centralia's underground fire is expected to burn for at least another century, making this place one of the most bizarre and dangerous abandoned towns in the world. 7. The Boiling River. The Boiling River, or Shanai Timpishka, lies deep in the Peruvian Amazon. Stretching about 4 miles, this river is known for its scorching temperatures, often reaching nearly 200 Fahrenheit. Unlike other hot waters, it isn't heated by volcanic activity. Instead, geothermal energy from deep within the earth causes its extreme heat. The river is dangerously hot for most living creatures. Animals that fall into it are cooked alive almost instantly. According to local legend, a powerful serpent spirit created the river, reflecting the indigenous Ashaninka people's belief in its mystical nature. Its name, Shanai Timpishka, means boiled with the heat of the sun, adding to its otherworldly reputation. The river is surrounded by dense rainforest filled with venomous snakes, jaguars, and other dangerous wildlife. Its remote location makes access challenging. Travelers must navigate thick vegetation and unpredictable weather, making the journey risky. Scientists have studied the river to understand its geothermal properties, but it still doesn't make that much sense to them. Falling into the river is fatal, and even standing too close can cause severe burns. The intense heat, remote environment, and unexplained origins make the Boiling River one of the most dangerous and mysterious places on Earth. 8. Ranis Abyss. Ranis Abyss, the deepest known flooded pit cave on Earth, lies in the Czech Republic. While over 300 feet of its depth have been explored, studies suggest it may extend beyond 66 miles, leaving most of it uncharted. This vertical underwater maze presents extreme dangers, with its insane depth, acidic water, and toxic air, creating a treacherous environment. The abyss's water is highly acidic, with a pH level that can corrode equipment and damage exposed skin. This acidity comes from high levels of dissolved carbon dioxide, which also makes the surrounding air unbreathable and deadly without proper gear. Divers risk equipment failure and disorientation in the abyss's pitch-black depths. Exploration is further hindered by narrow, jagged passages. Visibility often drops to near zero because of suspended particles, creating a claustrophobic setting. Some sections feature powerful currents that can pull divers into uncharted voids where they might not be able to return from. Despite these dangers, the abyss brings people in to try to explore it. Its unique geology provides insights into Earth's subterranean processes, though its full depth remains unknown. Specialized equipment has barely explored its depths, leaving much of Ranis Abyss a mystery. For those daring enough to enter, Ranis Abyss is one of Earth's harshest and most unforgiving environments, a real example of nature's raw and untamed power. 9. Russia's Valley of Death. Russia's Valley of Death, located in the Kamchatka Peninsula near the Kikpinish volcano, is a deadly natural phenomenon. This barren, toxic area is known for emitting lethal volcanic gases that kill anything that gets too close. The ground is scattered with the preserved remains of animals, from birds to bears, that unknowingly wandered into this invisible trap. Even humans who stay too long risk succumbing to the gases, which can cause dizziness, paralysis, or death. The gases behind this deadly environment are mostly carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, which seep from fumaroles and collect in low-lying areas. Both are colorless and often odorless, making them almost impossible to detect without specialized equipment. Carbon dioxide, being heavier than air, settles close to the ground, creating a suffocating layer that kills anything breathing at ground level. Even small amounts of hydrogen sulfide can overwhelm the nervous system, causing instant respiratory failure. Despite the dangers, scientists are drawn to the site to study its unique ecosystem. Certain microorganisms survive in these extreme conditions, offering clues about life's resilience and adaptability. Exploring the valley is risky. Without proper ventilation gear, visitors face exposure to fatal gas levels, but that doesn't keep people from the perfectly surfable waves nearby. 10. Devon Island. Devon Island, located in the Canadian Arctic, is the largest uninhabited island in Canada. and one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Covering over 21,000 square miles, it features a barren landscape that closely resembles the surface of Mars, making it a prime location for astronaut training and scientific research. With no permanent human population, the island is remote and hostile, pushing both humans and technology to their limits. The island's Martian-like terrain is terrifying. Its reddish rocky surface, lack of vegetation, and dry, frozen conditions create an atmosphere that doesn't just look like Mars, it feels like it too. This similarity led space agencies like NASA to choose Devon Island for astronaut training in preparation for possible missions to the Red Planet. The Houghton Impact Crater, formed by a meteorite impact 23 million years ago, stands out. It is considered one of the best terrestrial analogs to Mars because of its rugged topography and extreme weather conditions. Devon Island's extreme cold, with temperatures often falling well below freezing, is just another look into how inhospitable it really is. The island's isolation and lack of infrastructure make it dangerous for visitors. Human life here is nearly impossible because of the lack of resources and harsh climate. 11. The Mapimi Silent Zone. The Mapimi Silent Zone, located in the Chihuahua Desert of northern Mexico, is one of the most mysterious and unsettling areas on Earth. This desolate region, covering several hundred square miles, is known for its strange and unexplained electromagnetic phenomena. In this zone, radio signals mysteriously vanish and compasses fail, often spinning uncontrollably or locking into one direction. These odd occurrences are linked to the high concentration of magnetic deposits beneath the desert's surface. The electromagnetic anomalies are thought to be caused by large amounts of magnetite, a magnetic mineral found in the area. This mineral disrupts the Earth's natural magnetic field, interfering with electronic devices. Pilots have reported compass malfunctions when flying over the region, which can lead to dangerous navigation problems. The phenomenon is so common that local inhabitants avoid the area, with few daring to enter the silent zone. The area has gained a reputation not only for its electromagnetic anomalies, but also for its connection to UFO sightings. Some have speculated that the disruption of radio signals and navigational systems might be linked to alien activity or secret military experiments. The mix of unpredictable electromagnetic interference and unusual atmospheric conditions makes the Mapimi Silent Zone one of the most unnerving and unexplained places in the world. 12. Kawah Ijen. Kawah Ijen, located in East Java, Indonesia, is a unique and dangerous volcano known for its striking blue flames and acidic lake. Part of the Ijen volcanic complex, this active volcano stands out because of its rare and dramatic natural phenomena. The most famous feature of Kawah Ijen is its vivid blue flames, created by sulfuric gases burning at around 600 Fahrenheit. When these gases come into contact with the air, they ignite and produce bright, electric blue flames that can be seen from miles away. These flames aren't just visually stunning, they also result from highly dangerous conditions. The blue flames are caused by sulfur dioxide gas, which is released from vents and cracks in the earth. When the gas ignites, it forms sulfuric acid, adding to the extreme acidity of the lake at Kawah Ijen. The lake itself is one of the most acidic bodies of water on Earth, with pH levels as low as 0.5, similar to battery acid. This acidity is because of the volcano's constant emission of sulfur dioxide, which reacts with water and oxygen to form sulfuric acid. The conditions around Kawah Ijen are treacherous and hazardous. The acidic lake is dangerous to both wildlife and humans, as contact with the water can cause severe burns or injuries. Inhalation of sulfur dioxide gas can also be toxic, leading to respiratory problems or even be fatal in large quantities. But does that really keep people from coming here to explore the beauty of it? Not really. 13. The Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench, located in the western Pacific Ocean, is the deepest oceanic trench on Earth, plunging to depths of over 36,000 feet at its lowest point, Challenger Deep. For context, if Mount Everest were dropped into the trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. This immense depth subjects the trench to crushing pressures, around 1,000 times greater than the atmospheric pressure at sea level, making it one of the most inhospitable environments on the planet. The extreme pressure at the bottom of the trench is so intense that it can crush most submersibles and machines designed for deep-sea exploration. Despite these challenges, the trench is home to unique life forms that have evolved to survive its harsh conditions. Despite the trench's remote and hostile nature, scientists continue to study it, eager to uncover its secrets. The extreme conditions, darkness, intense pressure, and cold temperatures make exploration difficult, but successful expeditions have revealed an alien-like ecosystem. This deep-sea environment remains one of Earth's final frontiers, with much still unexplored and many secrets waiting to be uncovered. Arn Estafts 14. The Siberian Sakha Republic. The Siberian Sakha Republic, or Yakutia, located in northeastern Russia, is one of the coldest inhabited regions on Earth. In the winter months, temperatures can plummet as low as 90 Fahrenheit, making it one of the most extreme climates on the planet. The region is known for its long, dark winters and short, intense summers, leaving much of it covered in ice and snow for the majority of the year. A defining characteristic of the Sakha Republic is its permafrost, a layer of permanently frozen soil that extends throughout the region. Covering about 60% of the area, this frozen ground can reach depths of hundreds of meters. Despite the extreme cold, the Sakha Republic is home to a resilient population. Indigenous peoples such as the Evenki and Yakuts have lived in this harsh environment for centuries, relying on reindeer herding, fishing, and other traditional practices to survive. In the modern era, industries like mining, particularly for diamonds and gold, also operate in the region, though the cold and isolation make these industries difficult to sustain. So, no one knows how long people will actually be able to stay here for. 15. The Yucatan Peninsula. The Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico is renowned for its thousands of cenotes, natural sinkholes formed by the collapse of limestone bedrock, revealing underground rivers and expansive cavern systems. These pools, often crystal clear, are not only natural wonders, but also hold immense historical and cultural significance. For centuries, cenotes have been integral to the region's ecology, society, and spiritual beliefs. One of the most famous sites, the sacred cenote at Chichen Itza, has yielded human remains and valuable offerings, underscoring the significance of these rituals. Beyond their spiritual importance, cenotes served practical functions. They provided critical sources of fresh water, especially during times of drought, when other water supplies failed. The Maya constructed their cities around cenotes, with settlements like Chichen Itza depending on these water systems for survival. They've left, but their mark on the world can still be seen here. 16. The Door to Hell. The Door to Hell, a fiery, endlessly burning gas crater in the Karakum Desert of Turkmenistan, is one of the most surreal and unnerving phenomena on Earth. Its origins trace back to 1971, when Soviet scientists drilling for natural gas accidentally punctured a methane cavern, causing the ground beneath them to collapse and form a massive crater. To prevent the release of toxic gases, they set the crater on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks. Decades later, the fire still blazes, earning the site its nickname. The crater spans roughly 230 feet wide and 66 feet deep. With flames fueled by this continuous release of natural gas, the fire creates a haunting glow, visible from the miles away, especially at night when the flames dance against the dark desert. Though interesting, the site remains highly dangerous because of the volatile methane and extreme heat that can cause the ground to shift unpredictably. While the government wants to put the fire out, they're not sure it's even possible. 17. Vale do Javari. Vale do Javari, located in the remote southwestern corner of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil, is one of the most isolated and dangerous regions on Earth. This vast and swampy area is home to the largest concentration of uncontacted indigenous tribes in the world, and its inaccessibility has kept it largely untouched by modern civilization. The region is a maze of dense jungle, winding rivers, and marshes, making it a difficult area to navigate. The wildlife in Vale do Javari is both diverse and lethal. Jaguars, anacondas, and caimans prowl the waters and forests, while venomous spiders, snakes, and insects pose constant threats. Some of these creatures are deadly to humans. The area is also home to aggressive and territorial tribes that have little to no contact with the outside world, making encounters with them potentially violent. These indigenous groups often view outsiders as a threat and have been known to protect their land with lethal force. So even the people who wanted to explore it have to turn around and try somewhere else. 18. The Danakil Depression. The Danakil Depression, located in northeastern Ethiopia, is one of Earth's most extreme and inhospitable environments. Characterized by sulfur fields, acid ponds, and salt flats, it showcases the planet's raw, unyielding forces. Located at the Afar Triple Junction, where three tectonic plates meet, the region experiences intense geological activity that contributes to its dramatic landscape. It is also one of the hottest places on Earth, with temperatures regularly surpassing 120 Fahrenheit, creating an environment where survival is nearly impossible for most life forms. One of the most unique aspects of the Danakil Depression is its vibrant sulfur fields. The combination of sulfur, iron, and other minerals produces brilliant shades of yellow, orange, and red, giving the landscape an almost alien quality. The area is not just visually extreme, it is also chemically hazardous. The ground is littered with pools of boiling, acidic water, often containing sulfuric acid, making the water toxic to both humans and animals. The air is thick with the stench of sulfur, and volcanic activity in the region leads to frequent eruptions, making taking a single breath here a massive task you might not be able to complete. 19. Lake Natron. Lake Natron, located in northern Tanzania near the Kenya border, is one of the scariest and inhospitable bodies of water on Earth. Known for its highly alkaline water, with a pH level that can reach as high as 12, the lake's caustic nature makes it lethal to most life forms. The extreme alkalinity results from large amounts of sodium carbonate and other minerals leaching from the surrounding volcanic mountains. This creates a harsh, toxic environment where few creatures can survive. The water's high salt and mineral content gives the lake its signature red-orange hue, a product of intense blooms of red algae that thrive in these extreme conditions. One of the most chilling features of Lake Natron is its ability to calcify animals. Birds, bats, and other creatures that accidentally land in or drink from the lake often find themselves trapped by the highly alkaline water. The caustic conditions cause their bodies to become encrusted in a hard white mineral coating, making them appear frozen in stone. This phenomenon is both hauntingly beautiful and a terrifying look into the lake's deadly nature. 20. Chernobyl. The Chernobyl exclusion zone, the area around the site of the 1986 nuclear disaster in Ukraine, is one of the most haunting places on Earth. Spanning over 1,000 square miles, this area was evacuated after a catastrophic explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, which released vast amounts of radioactive material into the environment. For decades, the region was off limits because of high radiation levels, transforming it into a ghost town. Yet, while human life was driven away, nature has slowly begun to reclaim the space, turning it into a terrifying place where the remnants of civilization coexist with thriving wildlife. However, radioactive contamination still lingers, particularly from cesium-137 and strontium-90, which can persist in the environment for decades or even centuries, creating hazards for anyone who ventures too far without proper protection. The empty buildings, overgrown streets, and abandoned belongings show how life was abruptly interrupted. Despite the lingering radiation, wildlife has adapted to the zone. Wolves, boars, and even bison roam freely, thriving in the absence of humans. Yet, many of these animals show signs of mutations, showing the real, long-lasting environmental impact of the disaster. Are you brave enough to make it to any of these locations?